Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about my favorite art supplies for 2024. I said the year right. I get so confused about years lately. But yeah, so I know every man and his dog is doing their favorite art materials videos at the moment, but I love watching them all. It's something that really fascinates me, seeing what art materials other people use and love using. So yeah, this is my own. This is Sketching the World, and I'm Kat, a writer and artist from Australia, but my dream is to sketch the world. And I'll start with my sketchbooks. The Fabriano sketchbook. Love this sketchbook. Put some tape on there. I've been using this a bit, using it for urban sketching. It's kind of one of those things, it's a little bit big, but I still really enjoy using it. And because it's got the hard cover, I can work a bit bigger because I don't have to worry about, not having something solid to support what I'm doing. So yeah, this is some stuff I've done in this. And when I was doing the Folktale Week challenge, I did start off doing a few of the pictures in here. The one thing that sort of was difficult, made it difficult for me, was that this paper, it handles water, you can paint on it, but if you're using a lot of wet media, it does start to curve, buckle. And yeah, so then once the paper's a little bit buckled, I mean, it goes back to being straight, especially like when you've got a sharp, it's such a heavy sketchbook, so the weight of it sort of flattens out the paper. But yeah, you're wanting to do straight lines, and if the paper's a bit buckled and that, it becomes really difficult. So I put this one aside for a while. The other thing too is that you've got to have clips. Like once you get into the middle of this, you need clips to hold it down flat. That's no big deal though. But yeah, because I wanted to use the wet media for Folktale Week, I want to use gouache. And like layers of gouache, not just, doing a light wash. So yeah, I had this Strathmore. I think I've got another one of these as well that's not being used much. This was a really old one. I can't even remember when I started using this. I might do a sketchbook tour. I was just going through it the other day saying how overworked a lot of my early pictures were. This is what happens when you don't date things. I mean, I could probably go through and look at my Instagram feed and work out about when I started using it. But yeah, it's the Strathmore Visual Journal, watercolor paper, 44 pages, 22 sheets. And the good thing about this, it's so thick. It's 300 GSM. It feels a lot thicker than if you're using 300 GSM for like just watercolor paper or something though. And so yeah, you can use the backs of the pages. I sort of was resistant to using this because I thought the paper was really textured, like a very rough texture, but it's not. On the back side of the paper, the texture's quite rough, but on this side, it's fairly smooth. It's, yeah, not rough at all. This is some stuff I've been doing lately, things I've been working on. And so, yeah, I've been really getting into using this, and this can handle a lot of water because the paper's so thick, and it is watercolor paper. And it's not cotton watercolor paper, but sometimes it's good to use the not cotton if, I like it for gouache. I would never do gouache on cotton paper, but on this paper, it doesn't actually say, but yeah, it's not, I guess it's, I was going to say glucose, cellulose paper. Yeah, it can handle a lot of scrubbing, a lot of color, a lot of washes. Hey, I did that the other day and I completely forgot about it. Handles a lot of washes and things, and that was the end of this sketchbook. So I'll go back and use some of the backs of those pages. And I've got another one there that I bought. I think I bought in the Black Friday sales, or what's it called, Prime Day or whatever, last year. So yeah, those are the two I've been working on. I had also been working in the small Jackson's Art sketchbooks, small, the ones that are about A5. But now the postage for those to Australia, even though they've got their warehouse in Australia and it's just being posted domestically, the postage is just insanely expensive. Like, I'm not paying more for postage. Like, I was going to get 3 or 4 of the sketchbooks and they're only a couple of bucks, and then the postage was going to be way more than what the sketchbooks cost. So Jackson's, you've lost a customer. And I'll keep sticking to these. So next up, the actual media I've been using. I actually went through my Instagram feed to see what I have been using. But yeah, one of the main things I've been using is acrylic gouache. And I was thinking about this. I thought, well, I've always used acrylic gouache, but I seem to be using it so much more than I ever did in previous years. And then I realised I've been doing a lot less urban sketching lately because, yeah, injury and health issues and that. I've been doing a lot more studio painting, and it's so much easier to use the acrylic wash in the studio. I never actually done urban sketching with acrylic wash, but in the new year, I will be trying that and I'll be filming it. So yeah, using acrylic wash on location. We've got a whole big basket of the acrylic wash paints, but I use this little container. I was actually doing a challenge, one of the challenges a couple of months ago, and I picked out the colours I wanted to use for that and put them in here, and then I've just kept using those colours. And these are the colours I've been mostly using. And with the acrylic wash, I use both the Turner and Holbein. To be honest, most of the time I don't even know which one I'm using. I just pick out the colours I want. They're very similar. Then, yeah, I wouldn't say go out and buy Holbein or go out and buy Turner because, yeah, they're just both very similar, and so just get the colours you want. Yeah. So yeah, that's been a really, really big thing for me this year, especially the last 6 months. Acrylic wash, I've been digging it. Then next up, pencils. And if you've watched my channel before, you probably know that my greatest love, my number one art material, the one that I would take if I had to only pick one to take to a deserted island or something, is the luminance, Caran luminance pencils, and especially the dark indigo. Dark indigo, it's my jam. It's my number one jam. And yeah, I've got a whole bunch of the other Holbein pencils. These are the ones that I take out urban sketching with me. Some of these I rarely use, but yeah, well, dark indigo. Oh, dark indigo. Then I've got, yeah, this blue. I've got a couple of blues. Green. This is a great colour, this green gold. It is one of the most versatile colours. You can use it, yeah, as a gold or as a green or anything in between, beige. And very handy pencil to have. Then this one's one of the lighter greens, brighter greens. The dark sap green, that is also a great colour. The Payne's grey. I don't use that much, but my sister told me I had to have one because she loves Payne's grey, and she gave it to me. Dark indigo again. And that orange, I love that bright orange. And then down in the bottom of this pencil case I got this really cool pencil sharpener when I was in Japan. I'm not sure if it was this one or another one. And it was in a little, you know, this one. It had the container with the lid. And the bottom bit of it, the container that your shavings go in, I think I left it when I was doing watercolour classes. I left it at the watercolour class where we were having the lessons. And then in here, yeah, eraser. And I have to say, this pencil case is my favourite pencil case. I've got a whole bunch of cases now that I take out sketching with me. But this one is the easiest to use. I can have it like this, and it's very easy to see and access the pencils I want. It's got a couple of pockets, so when your pencils start getting a bit short, you can put them in here. I put a few paintbrushes in here, and then I was looking for them for ages because I hadn't used the pencil case. And for me, it's probably not going to matter so much if you're just painting and not filming. But I use this, I sit my camera, which I can't actually demonstrate because it's what I'm filming on right now. But yeah, you can sit your camera sort of using the pencils to prop it up for a quick and easy makeshift tripod if you're sitting in a cafe or something. So yeah, I got this on Amazon. I don't even know what the brand name is. Windbridge. Yeah, very tried and tested, and it's a favorite. So yeah, on pencils as well, I don't know why I keep these separate, but for some reason I guess because with the luminance pencils and the few other pencils I've got, I normally go for brighter colors, whereas with the Derwent drawing pencils, I tend to, well, they're muted colors, they're very muted colors, so if I'm using them, I want to stick to that kind of color palette. But yeah, I love these. They're so nice to use, so nice and soft, and my favorite of the Derwent pencils, probably my second favorite colored pencils. So yeah, that's those. The other, if you saw my video last week, my monthly vlog, you would have seen me grabbing these. They're inks, and they are cool. They are cool. They really have a nice sort of almost chalky texture to them. They really smell nice too, which is something I love. And they're great colours, great for mixing. I like using inks, and I think at the moment these are my favourite inks. They are number one. So yeah, this blue especially, I love the colour of that. So yeah, and this doesn't actually go in there. Yeah, the other thing that I found out about recently and I've been really enjoying is the liquid gouache. One of the things that I really find annoying when I'm working with gouache is that you're constantly having to check and adjust the paint flow, the flowability of the paint, if that's a word. Is that a word? Flowability? Not sure. But yeah, it's like the paint gone too hard, like so it's hard to get it flowing on the page. Is it like water enough to flow well on the page, but not too watery that, you know, you're not getting adequate pigment? So having the liquid gouache sort of helps with that kind of issue, and you can always water it down. I water it down and I'm just snipping it. That's weird of me, but because these smell so nice, I thought that one might too. Like, I love the smell of these. It just smells like art. So yeah, it's really handy to use. I've got a couple of these now, and I'd like to invest in some more next year. Liquid gouache, and it's by William Mitchell. I got this when I was in Japan earlier in the year, and I haven't used it much because, as I said, I haven't been going out doing a lot of urban sketching, and when I do, I don't paint a lot. But when I have, I just love this. It's so handy. Like, it's like this. You take it out. Normally you would have water in here, and you just, oh, there is a little bit of water in there. Fill up that bottom bit with your water, and then if you're out sketching somewhere where you don't have somewhere to empty your water, you can always glug back in there. And it's also got a little hook. I'm not sure what the hook's for. I've never had anywhere to hook that to, but yeah, it's a nice little hook. One day I might use it. And that's my little urban sketching water container. I might use that more in the months to come. Then last up, just a few little bits and bobs that I've got here. I bought this ceramic water dish last year and love it. Like, it was about $20 and I was having this real, like, oh, is it worth spending $20 when I've got a perfectly adequate plastic water dish? Is it worth it, or, you know, am I just wasting my money? But since I've had it, look how dirty it is. I really need to clean that out. I'm getting all these lines. I don't know if you can see that well. Oh, colour down the side because it's been so hot. The water evaporates. And so each day I'm sort of, it's like, you know, rings on a tree. Each day it goes down, and I'm very lazy about washing things and changing the water. You can see the colour of the water there. But yeah, it is definitely worth the money. I love the heaviness of it. I just love the look of it and the feel of it. And yeah, it's definitely worth spending. I mean, $20 isn't that much of an investment, but I don't like buying unnecessary things, and this is definitely necessary. So that's all the stuff that I love the most in 2024. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. And I just have to give an honorary mention. I don't know if I can get it over here. I bought this. This was a little cheapy, but it's so handy. Lazy Susan. It's good to have all your pencils and everything, especially if you've got a small area that you're working on and you can't have too much stuff around you. So yeah, I can put this sort of just there. Very handy space saver, the old Lazy Susan. Always wondered who Susan was and why she was so lazy. So, what were your favourite art materials for 2024? Were there any new materials you've tried that you think are just the bee's knees and you're like, how did I live without this for so long? Or have you stuck to the good old faithfuls? Have you had any big changes in the way you make art in the last year? If so, let me know in the comments down there. Let me know, and otherwise I'll be seeing you in the next video, which will be after Christmas. I'm going to take a week off for Christmas because, well, it's Christmas. I don't think anyone's going to be watching that much YouTube anyway. We're going to be sitting around stuffing ourselves with goodies and all the usual Christmas stuff. I'm just back because I forgot to mention the brushes I've been using this year. For acrylic gouache, I like to have dedicated brushes that I don't use for anything else because they can get a bit wrecked. And like the bits of acrylic, because it's not water soluble, it can get caught up in the bottom of the brush, like in the base of the brush here, and makes your brush not good. So yeah, I've been using these brushes. They are Artify. I was given them to test out, to review for my channel, and I've been finding they're great for using with acrylic gouache. They have a nice point when they're clean. I need to re-clean these. So yeah, I'd totally recommend them. They're quite inexpensive and really good value for money. I also have this flat, and this is a Jackson Silverline. That's also one of my gouache brushes. And that's pretty much what I've been using, except for when I'm watercolouring. See you in 2 weeks. Or maybe longer, depending on when you're watching this video. But I'll see you soon. Bye!